This past week we spent a lot of time talking about inward blocks and parries, and there's an important difference between those two. When I say there's a difference, that means sometimes we use inward block and sometimes we use parry. And even in that rule does not always apply. If somebody is punching at your face, the most important thing you can do is block your face, which means you should move and you should try to hit the hand out of the way. Which is better, to block your face this way or block your face this way? I don't think it matters as long as you don't get hit. Well, the problem sometimes is that somebody has another hand to hit with. So if somebody pushes my punch this way, if I'm the bad guy, I can fire that punch right back. If somebody pushes my punch this way, now it's hard for me to make my punch. So when we do our parries, we try to always hit the outside part of the hand. Parry, 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 parry. Again, sometimes we have to go to the inside, just like when we do the front choke release. Those are inside parries. That's okay. There are always exceptions. But if we know that's coming and we can get to the outside, parries are better to the outside. Also notice you're hitting with the soft part of your hand and you're hitting something hard like the fist. So it's a soft area pushing something out of the way. It's not a very strong block. However, if somebody's punching straight in at you and you hit with your forearm and you twist, then your block is not just blocking their punch, but it is also striking their arm. So as their punch comes in, you strike their arm with that arm, making it harder for them to throw that punch again, and probably the other one. So if I punched and someone hit my arm hurts right now, I may not be thinking about throwing this one. If that did happen, and I struck one arm, and they threw another punch at my face, I could just block to the outside. So it does not really change. Now this is important for learning Kumite number 1, and then later Kumite number 3. For Kumite number 1, a punch is coming straight at my face. You can look at the white belt playlist for Kumite 1 also to see how we break that down. But Kumite 1 is stepping back into a horse stance and blocking. Well, if I can get to the inside, that's a better position because my strike will hit their arm and it will hurt their arm a little bit more. If I hurt their arm, I may not have to hit them at all. I'd rather stop somebody and get them to stop punching than have to hit them to stop them. Inward block is the first strike. If you feel comfortable with that and you know you're in your strong horse stance, the 4 strikes that we add, follow those. Can you think of the 4 strikes that we worked on in class? We'll go through them slowly. Think about it. The first one's going to be targeting to the head. When I step back, what am I going to strike with? The hand that's already here, back fist to the side of the head. The second one is targeting to the neck. Can you think about what that target would be or what that weapon would be? We're going to block, and then we're going to shoot out to the neck. The third one is going to be a target of the ribs. Well, the ribs are bony, and it's pretty strong in here, so we don't want to use small things. So we're going to use our elbow. When I block, I take this hand, elbow to the ribs. The fourth and final one involves a kick. Well, what kind of kick do you think I should do if I'm sideways? I'm going to do a side kick. So I'm blocking from here, this leg comes up, pushes out to the side of the leg or the knee, and that is my side kick. I'm going to do all 4 of those again, but on the other side. Kumite 1, inward block, back fist, inward block, shudo, inward block, elbow, and inward block, side kick, and then back. As I mentioned before, if you're learning Kumite number 3 at orange belt, we're not going to use the inward block to block that punch. We're going to use that parry. We'll get to that later.